Hey guys, it's me, Crazy Honda Chris at Randy Kuehl Honda in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And here behind me is a brand new 2026 Honda HR-V Sport. I'll show you all the cool standard features and functions on this vehicle. So when you take it home, you get the full experience from the get-go. So let's get going. All right, so here we are on the outside of the vehicle. Now, as usual, guys, we're going to walk up here to the window sticker. You're welcome to pause the video right about there if you want to explore your own. Now, if you get a lot of wind feedback, I do apologize. I can't hide from the wind, so please bear with me. Now, you can see up in the top center, it is a 2026 Honda HR-V. This one's an all-wheel drive. Now, it's also available in a two-wheel drive with a small price adjustment from Honda. Now, this is going to be the Sport trim. It goes LX, Sport, EXL in that particular order, okay? Now, as we look at the window sticker, you guys can see, if I can get this focused today, cities 25, 30 for the highway with a combined of 27 miles per gallon. Down on the right-hand corner, we usually have safety rating. It says to be rated. More information will be online and more on window stickers as time goes on. You can see where the vehicle's made at, assembled at, the price point on this particular one that we're touching, and then on the left-hand side, we have all the standard features and functions. Right there. Now this one's gonna be Nordic Forest Pearl. It does have a surplus charge for the color for $455 from American Honda. I'll also throw some additional color options up there. Then also if it has a surplus charge from Honda for that particular color. Now it comes standard with two key fobs and remote start. To use your remote start, all you have to do is double tap lock, hold down the hold button right down there with a little circle action. Whoop, lights will flash, starts right up. It runs in 10-minute intervals. So let's say after 10 minutes gone by, it will automatically turn right off. Now let's see if I want a little more time. I don't know, I'll misplace my socks. 8 minutes have passed. I repeat the process. Hold down the circle button. There we go. Lights will flash to let you know I received it. Time extended. Light flash again to let you know. So now it's going to go for the grand total of 18 minutes. You cannot do that another time. Just twice, running for a grand total of maybe 20 minutes. Now to turn it off, all you have to do is hold down the circle button again and boom, it's off. Now all of your Honda sensing features come standard. I'm talking about your lane keep assist, adaptive cruise, forward collision, and blind spot information with cross traffic alert is going to be all right in there for you. So safety is pretty much his middle name. Now we got LED daytime running lights down over there too as well. Wipers are right underneath the hood line. We're going to have a 2.0 non-turbo 4-cylinder with a CVT with 158 horsepower. We'll wrap around right over here to these exclusive 18-inch alloy rims for the Sport. Now, other trim levels will have different style of rims, so that'll be a nice little visual cue for you guys when you walk in the lot, which one's a Sport, and so on. Now, we'll take a step back here to get a side profile of the vehicle. Cosmetic-wise, let's talk about the side mirror. It's a nice black finish with a turn indicator within the side mirror. You notice there's no chrome action around the windows. It's all nice black finish, body-colored handles with those nice black alloyed rims. Now, it's going to be rear tinted windows. That's great. I'm going to throw some exterior measurements up there so you guys can see how compared to you guys' current vehicle than other vehicles out there in the market before I forget to do that. Now, I do love the placement of the side mirror. I know it's a dumb little detail, but you know, those little details can make a huge difference for most people. Instead of being up in the A pillar, it's actually down on the door. So when you're sitting in the seat looking out, it opens up a lot more visibility for you. The vehicle's got a smart entry system. So let's say the car is all locked up. You get your key fob in your purse pocket jacket, put your hand in the handle while you have the key fob with you. It unlocks it. You can also keep the key fob with you and then put your thumb down on those ridges right here. It's locking up the doors, so you have to take the key out and hit the lock button. You cannot accidentally lock your keys in the car. So let's say, whoops, I left them in my bag, they fell in my pocket. I hit the lock button because it's a habit. I shut the door. The car registers the order you're doing these certain steps, and then it automatically unlocks. Now, if you want to know how to lock a key fob inside the vehicle, I have a video showing you that, so feel free to check that out, okay? Now, we also have the walkaway auto lock feature too. So let's say I'm all done, I got the key with me, I shut the door, I get 5 to 10 feet away, boom, it locks all the doors automatically for you, so you never have to second guess, did I lock my car doors, did I not? All right, we're gonna have a capless gas tank. So when the car is unlocked, the gas door is unlocked. There we go. It's a simple slide and go, quick and easy. Lock it up. That's all locked up too as well. Now we're going to come here to the back side of the vehicle. You'll probably notice on your key fob you have a hatch button. That's not for a power lift gate. That's so when the car's all locked up and you tap that, it just unlocks the hatch while keeping the other doors locked up. So pretty nice and easy, okay? So of course we got the all-wheel drive badging right up here on the window. We went back to retro old school way. Sport badging down below. HRV. We got a chrome tipped exhaust down below. So yeah, that's pretty much the nice little hatch area. We have the hatch spoiler too as well that comes standard. Now with the sport, it's going to be a nice black finish that's going to be on there. Now as you open this up, you probably notice there's going to be a little button right here. So you know with that little button that you guys had over here, the function of that, put your thumb on it, you're all done, it locks everything up. That's going to be the same concept. So maybe I got done grabbing supplies out, I got the key in my pocket, I'm all done. Just select that little one right here, will lock all the doors for you. If you don't have the walkway auto lock feature enabled, if you do, that's right, it'll still do its job. Now we're gonna have the backup camera right there. We have a 3-mode backup camera. I'll show you more of that on the inside. I'm gonna throw cargo volume space in there so you know how much room's in there. So as life happens, you can say challenge accepted, load it up, and let's go. Carpet mats come standard. Let's check what's underneath here. You got the tools, you got additional cutout space, so anything you want to store underneath there. And then you got this big giant styrofoam thing that's just gonna help with the road noise, and you got your spare tire down under. Put it back in place, and there we go. All right, so we got courtesy tie down there, here, right over there, and right there. So that's gonna be nice. We have a 12-volt plug in here in the back. LED light, LED light. So it's gonna be a 60-40 split seat, so pretty nice and easy to come down. Now, before we dive in on the interior, I'm going to throw some interior measurements up there so you guys see how much room's in there for your friends, pet, cargo, whoever's brave enough to tag along. You guys know the drill, what to say. Challenge accepted. Jump in, hit the road, have fun. Now, as we look in here at the door, you'll see with the Sport, you got the orange stitching that's going to continue throughout the interior of the vehicle. Nice leather going on, cubby space down below, power windows, easy, straightforward. Now, we'll fold this seat up so you can see how the whole thing looks. Tripping over my cord. So once again, we have cloth interior, orange stitching. Will continue throughout the whole vehicle. Good cloth interior. Now, car seats, for those who have car seats. Anchor, they're exposed, easy to find. All right. We have carpet mats come standard. We have all-season mats in here. Majority of people get those in the state of Iowa. Cubby space, courtesy pocket on the passenger front seat. Not over here on the driver, just the one. So yeah, pretty nice and easy. This is your third seat belt. When you're done with it, just simply trying to do this one-handed. There we go, it releases. Comes right up, snaps in place, locks in right up there, guys. It's so easy to do with two hands. Now, you can have a seat belt, oh, sorry, not a seat belt, but a car seat in the middle. The anchor tie down for the tether, it's right up here. Now, once again, the HRV is more of an entry-level SUV. It doesn't have the space of a CRV, so fitting a third person in the back is going to be a little more challenging. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is going to be the blind spot information system right here on the mirror. So when you're driving down the road for your city or highway driving, a car is in a blind spot, that orange light, well, the light's going to come up as a solid orange light. Then when you have your turning indicator on while someone's in your blind spot, it's going to flash and beep at you. Now, these are going to be breakaway side mirrors, so if you accidentally bump those, you need to fold those in, you're good. This snaps right back in place, quick and easy. We're going to look at the driver door now. Nice leather, orange stitching, power windows, power locks, mirror selector, left and right. So you got left, right, put it in the center, the D-pad to adjust, and the window lock button. So if you have someone playing around with the windows, like a misbehaved husband or young whippersnappers, you can lock them out, watch them suffer. My wife loves doing that to me. We have some additional cubby space down below. Manual seats. To recline is going to be this one. To pump up, to lower, pump down, squeeze bar to slide forward and back. Pedals to get A to B. Hood release, where is it? Wraps right around, pops right over towards you. Let's show you some common courtesy things under the hood. All right, so here we are under the hood. You guys already know about horsepower, torque, engine size, 2.0 non-turbo. Let's talk about the little things you do on your own. Prime example is going to be the washer fluid, a nice blue cap, easy to find. What else is easy to find? The dipstick. It's a nice bright orange. We have the oil cap right here. We'll come right over here to the coolant cap for the radiator. Then fuse box, battery, easy access, brake fluid. Boom. Anything else besides that, I'm calling my local Honda service center to ask more of those advanced questions from that point, or maybe even help me for my day-to-day life for daily routine maintenance. But let's do one more look over just for those that have the capabilities to work on their own car. All right, now let's jump inside and talk about the interior now. All right, so now we're in the best seat in the car, right here in the driver's seat. This is where all the action is going to happen. First steps, make sure you have the key fob with you. It can be in your pocket, your purse, your jacket, just somewhere in the vehicle. You get the point. Now from there, to turn on the vehicle, all you have to do is apply into the brake pedal. The push button starts going to light up. Push that right in. Now we're on and running. Get some of that nice cold AC going. Now we have a nice leather wrapped wheel. It's going to have that orange stitching, which is going to continue once again throughout the whole vehicle. Your wheel release right there. It's a telescopic, so you can push it in, pull it out, down and up. You guys get the point. Then lock it right back in place once you get it the way you want it. Over here on the left hand side, you have your vehicle stability assist or your traction control. If you want to turn that off, it's a tap and hold. You can see it's off now, right there, off. It's on when there's no light. Now, all of your Honda sensing features are going to be on the right hand side of the wheel. Now, let's hit some of these buttons, see what happened. So for your cruise control or your adaptive cruise control, there's going to be two of those, two features in one. You select that, you see one of two icons right up there. So it's available, your adaptive cruise control, or you'll see standard cruise. To see the difference, standard cruise is going to have a speedometer with a arrow locking in place, while the adaptive cruise is going to have the arrow with a car in front of you. So you guys know the whole point of standard cruise control is when you're driving down the road, you use this toggle switch right here to toggle down to set your speed, lock it in place, just keep on cruising, right? But now, if you do the adaptive cruise part, you can select the distance between you and the car in front of you by selecting this icon right here. So you can see how those lines are changing up there in the center. More lines means the car in front of you is going to be a further distance. Less lines means the car in front of you is going to be at a shorter distance. So, prime example, we're driving down the road. I enabled my adaptive cruise control. It's set to 65 miles an hour. The car in front of me is going, I don't know, let's say 58. This car is going to beep at me to alert me. And then it also is going to slow me down to maintain that distance. So, that's pretty nice. The car gets out of the range. It beeps at me again to let me know. And then it's going to resume back to whatever my set cruise control speed was at. So pretty snazzy. If you don't like that feature, or if you want to switch between those two, that's not a problem. All you have to do is get this camera to focus today. There we go. You just hold this button down here for a few seconds, and then it switches automatically, just like so. Alrighty. Now, when it's actively working, by the way, you'll see some visuals on the driver's interface. It goes from white to green to give you that visual confirmation, hey, I'm working, and you'll see things from that, okay? So it's pretty nice to have those visual cues. Now, this next one's going to be for your lane keep assist. So when you select this, yes, you guessed it, you get a matching icon right up here. So Lane keep assist and traffic jam assist could be two safety features, pretty much the same concept that keeps you in the center of your lane. It's just your lane keep assist works between 45 to 90s, while traffic jam works between 25 to 45 miles an hour. You're driving down the road, this camera right up here on the other end of that, it finds the lines on the road and it keeps you in the center of the lane. So when you go out of your lane a little bit, beep, 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 you can turn that on or off, and then also brings you back and puts you back in the center. You would not be playing ping pong. Honda does a very good job with this. Now, when it's actually working, you'll see it goes from white to green, so you have a visual confirmation it's doing its job. Now, wipers, pretty quick and easy. Adjustable intermittent wipers. Rear wipers is going to be a twist. Pretty much pull down the stick, your wipers will go. Pull back towards you, so it will mist. We'll come right over here. You got your headlights, that's auto. You can turn them right off from that point when the vehicle's in park. But once you put it in drive or out of park, pretty much they'll come right back on for your daytime lights. Turn the indicators. I am struggling with this camera today, guys. I do apologize. For some reason the phone has been overheating for how hot it is outside. Well, I see why. It's 92 degrees outside. It's crazy. All right, we'll come over here. We got some additional stuff that we can talk about. So this could be more of your media controls. You got your volume, pretty quick and easy. Switch between your radio stations. You got your voice commands. So if your phone's paired, you'd be like, hey, call Crazy Honda Chris at Randy Kuehl Honda, or maybe mom, dad, whoever's going on. Now you got a little home button action because you can actually navigate through the left-hand side of the driver's interface by using this wheel to select the menu options by pushing in the wheel. So let's start from the quote-unquote top. I don't know, let's pick one and call it the top. Fuel and range. Let's start there. So fuel and range, push in the wheel. You can see right now on a full tank of gas, based on 6 miles, we can go 492 miles before we go on empty. Now you notice as time goes on, that number is going to change quite a bit. Yours may be higher or lower depending on your driving habits. It learns how you drive. So if I'm all the way out here in Iowa, most of my driving is flat land for some reason. Maybe you live somewhere with more hills. Maybe you always have the wind at your back. Maybe you're not as aggressive driver. You guys get the point. The fuel economy range varies in your driving habits and condition. Okay? So it helps you out. Now, you see there's a graph right here, 0 to 90. You get a lifetime fuel economy reading to you as well. So as you're driving down the road, it's showing you a lifetime fuel miles per gallon you're getting. Now you notice that you have an A and B down there. I'm just using the wheel once again to go from trip A to trip B. If I want to reset trip B, I just press and hold N. That wheel again, go up to reset, and that's how you reset A and B, okay? Now to back out of that, you just hit the home button. We'll go back in there for speed and time. We'll select that. So if you want to do a little speed and time action, great. Audio. So I just selected it, then I just use the wheel to scroll down and to select source. And then I can use this to navigate between my presets. Phone, if my phone was paired, we got some options. Nothing's paired. Driver's attention. So pretty much the car knows the difference between the wind blowing you around and you're doing a really bad job of driving. You probably want the vehicle to do everything in its power to alert you. Say, hey, crazy guy, Chris, you're doing a bad job. So it'll give you a little 1 bar when you're doing a terrible job, and it will alert you to say, hey, pretty much to pull over. It won't say the words, but it will notify you to pull over and take a break. All-wheel drive torque, you can see where the all-wheel drive goes, how much kicks in where and as you get it. Seatbelts, you can see who's sitting where and not wearing a seatbelt. Guilty. Well, let's see if I do the front passenger seat now. Boom. Buckled in. Unbuckle them. Boom. Pretty quick and responsive. I like my sound effects. Maintenance. Maintenance is great. I have a video out there. It's going to help you guys quite a bit with preventive maintenance. This is the part where you'll see the oil life. The Honda Service Pass to meet that requirement is within X amount of time and miles, based on what Honda says, depending on the year you have. But your codes have to be at a certain thing display. Oil life has to be at 15% or less with that code, okay? Now, like it shows right here for the next, it has code A for oil change. So when your oil life gets down to what you want it to be, It's just telling you next time you service your vehicle, you need an oil change. If it has a number 1 through 7, that's what it's telling you. Next time you go in for a service, get this addressed, okay? Safety support. Scroll down on the wheel again. You can turn off road departure by pushing in the wheel. Now, you will notice as we're playing around with this, you'll see that it's going to change colors. So partial, some of the stuff is off. Now everything's enabled. If I turn off everything, it's going to be all grayed out. So road departure, blind spot information. You got your forward collision or collision mitigation braking. Pretty much when you're driving down the road, as soon as it's going to hit an object in front of you, it's going to alert you, say, hey, apply onto the brakes. You don't apply onto the brakes, it's going to apply onto the brakes for you. So that's pretty nice to have. It's at least going to try to reduce your speed before the impact. Now, speed and distance. If you want to change miles per hour to kilometers, push in and hold in the wheel. You see that? It changes your digital. We won't mess with anyone. We'll put it back to miles. Brightness. I should have played around with this earlier. Find what you want. Set it. I push it in the wheel. Vehicle settings. I'll have a video out there. It's going to show you guys how to customize all of your vehicle settings. But this is where to start off, though, to reset your tire pressure system. As the very first one, as you scroll down, go to TPMS, calibrate, boom, calibrate. Tire pressure has been reset. So, gauge display. If I want to hide some of these menu options, I can. Some of them you cannot, like these. Well, these ones I can remove if I don't want to, you know, have them up there. Warning. This is like open door, low fuel, stuff like that. You'll see a warning right there. Now we're back to fuel and range. Now we're going to back out here quick and look at the dashboard. Adjustable vent here. You're going to have that orange stitching. It's going to continue throughout from that point. And then it's a nice, fairly soft touch. As you guys can see, orange stitching, adjustable vent. We're going to argue about these vents here. Your hazard lights if you ever need them. And then you got a vent way over there. Now these are good sized vents. It's hard to see if you guys can see that on camera, but they're pretty good sized. Let's talk about the new 9-inch touchscreen. This is new style going on here. I'll try not to shake the phone too much. Time right up there. It's 12:30. We got about 30 more minutes for lunch. But you got the home button. Now with the 9-inch touchscreen, you're going to have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto standard. Thank you, Honda. That is awesome. So, yeah, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, pretty much takes your Apple, Google Maps, take it off your phone, displays it right up there, wireless. Now, for radio, yeah, audio source, you have your options, FM, AM, USB, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I know, people are going to ask, well, what about SiriusXM radio, satellite radio? Well, you can download that onto your phone, the app, and then you just Bluetooth it. It's pretty quick and easy process to do, guys. Now you can hit sound. Sound will bring you over here. You can adjust things for your sound. Pretty quick and easy. The back button is no longer a physical button like you've seen in the previous generation. It's just right up there on the touchscreen. You can seek for your radio stations. Let's talk about how to set up radio stations, because the screen's different. Not everyone's going to know. So as you see, I've just select a radio source, FM. I select tune. Yeah, that one's good enough. Well, you know, let's see if we can just change one for the heck of it. So let's delete it. All right. So we got 1079. Let's do that. Hit OK. All right. Now to save it, you just click and hold. Boom. We saved. We're looking good. Now let's say as time goes on, maybe I want to remove this. Click and hold. Remove favorite. Done. Now let's say, just for the heck of it, oh, we want to save this. I'm getting a little button happy. Click and hold. And maybe I want to replace that over time, because, you know, things change every time. I'll hit station list. What happens if I got a radio station on right there and I hit click and hold, and I can replace 107.9 with 94.1. Hit done. So that's a quick little visual tutorial on the radio. It's pretty nice and easy to use, as you guys see from that point. Program, service name, on or off. That's new. I like that. Okay, that's the radio. Of course, this is going to be the on and off for the radio, volume button. We're going to have general settings, system settings. You can change your time, pretty quick, easy. Language, connection. If you need to add a Bluetooth device, this is where you'll do that. You can change the name of the vehicle, some other stuff. So you guys just have to get in there and play around a little bit with the touchscreen. There's not much you can do for customizing the vehicle, as you guys seen before on my previous videos, like changing wallpaper, stuff like that. I haven't found a way to get that done, but I do like having a bigger touch screen up here. Looks pretty nice. Now we'll come down here to the climate controls. You got heated seats, 3-tier. You got a high, medium, and low. Now as I'm playing around with that, you'll see it'll adjust right up there. So as I'm driving down the road, I don't have to be all like, I can put my eyes right up here, okay? Same with the front passenger, got heated seats. We're gonna have dual climate. Oh, sorry, you're just gonna have climate, not dual, just we got the one climate that we set for everyone. And then we're gonna have the different modes. Didn't mean to misspoke. So you got your temperature, once again, will display right up here. You got your fan speed. You see it right there, and then also right up there. And then your different modes right here and right up there. Air circulation. Front defroster, rear defroster with heated side mirrors, AC on and off. We'll come down there. We got a couple USB-C plug-ins. We gotta have a wireless phone charger right down there. Cup holders. Orange stitching will continue. Nice soft touch throughout. Once again, we have a little light. You can see which one you're in. Park, reverse. When you're in reverse, you got your multi-angle camera will automatically display. You can see right here we have a nice 180 view. Let's change that more of a right behind you view, then a straight down shot from your rear bumper view. So that's great. So if you're doing some parallel parking, backing up, you can see how close you're getting to the wall, to the car, to the curb. That's off and now on. That blue light for your cross traffic monitoring system. So while we get the vehicle into reverse, and a car is coming from the side, the car will alert you to let you know, hey, don't continue pulling out. We got a car coming from behind you. So I have a video showing you that in action, that concept. So if you want to see it, if you haven't experienced it yet, it's a great thing to be aware of. Now this is going to be just for the brightness of your screen. Now, of course, we got neutral drive. Then we have an S mode. It's going to be more acceleration, stuff like that. And then we're going to have the low gear drive. We have a USB-C plug-in right over here. A little tray that kind of sneaks right through. We have different drive modes. So let's talk about the drive modes. You have 3 drive modes. You have a normal. Toggle down, you have Econ. Econ's great for fuel economy, most effective for highway driving. You may get anywhere from 2 to 4 miles to a gallon difference, depending on your driving habits. Now, pretty much, it's going to sacrifice acceleration, AC power, and electrical power to give you better highway fuel economy. You can keep this on all the time. It's just not as effective compared to highway. When you get to speed, you're cruising. That's when you want to enable it. That's where it's most effective from there. But those hot summer days, you got to choose. Do you want to be fuel efficient or do you want to be comfortable? Me, I like to complain about hot and cold weather. So, I'll choose fuel, I'll choose being comfortable. We'll toggle down again. You got snow mode. It's going to tell the car pretty much heads up, they're you young whippersnapper. It's cold outside. Put a coat on. Kids never do it now these days. But you're pretty much telling the car, hey, there's snow out there. You got about an inch of city snow. Put it in there to optimize your handling in the snow environment. This next one's going to be hill descent control. It's not a tap, it's a click and hold. There we go. You have it right down there. It's on. It's going to lock you in. At least try to help you lock you in between 2 to 12. Going down those hills. Click and hold for a moment, and now it's back off. This is going to be electrical park and brake. You pull it right up. So once you're in park, by turning off the car, you're on a steep hill, stuff like that. You want to engage that. You see a visual confirmation is in park right down below. Then it's right over here too as well. Now you can't accidentally turn this off. As you see here, I'm being a crazy young whippersnapper smacking this thinking it's going to turn off. No, you have to play onto the brake pedal and then push it in. Now it's released. You have a hold brake. I have the videos going to show you that in action, but pretty much when you have your seatbelt on, buckled in, and you put that on, you get a nice little green light up there. It says brake hold. Every time you get to a complete stop, it holds the brake pedal down for you until you apply onto the gas. So pretty nice. We got a lot. It was pretty busy around here right now, so I won't play around with that in the lot. A good place I can hide my snacks, my quarters, my Funyuns, Snicker bars, whatever. Just throwing some random things out there from the kids. They always find it because they always watch my videos. They know where to find my hidden snack drawer. Nice leather orange stitching. Once again, it continues throughout the whole theme of the vehicle. Okay, glove box. Boom, big enough. Challenge accepted. Throw you one in there. You'll forget about it. Well, at least I will. Rear view mirror. Dome lights. Off. So when if I open up a door, they will not turn on. Keep it in the center. So every time I open up a door, they'll come on. Have it on. Well, they're on. That was easy, wasn't it? Got a little light action. Visors, of course, they move. Well, there it is, guys. This is the first 26 Honda HR-V video done, just covering the sport. I'll have some vehicle setting videos out there, tips and tricks. You know me. I haven't touched base about the other trim levels, but if you guys found this video helpful, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing. It helps me out. I'll keep this stuff going, okay? Well, I'll see you guys at your next visit here at Randy Kuehl Honda, or maybe even at the next video that we do, okay? Talk to you guys then.